What is up, people of YouTube? This is Carter, aka Headshot from MowDownGaming here, and today we're doing a little first impressions video on Black Ops 3. So, first off, I'm going to start with the cons, and there's not too many, but there are a few that I think should have been fixed throughout the beta, and then the others, you know, are issues that kind of came together on their own, or some issues that can't really be fixed. So first off, bullet registration. You know, some people might agree with me here. Bullet registration is a little bit shaky in this game, and now that could be due to connection, but that's a different thing that I'll talk about. But for so many guns, the bullet registration is terrible. One gun that is definitely very good is the HVK, as you see right here. This is one of the reasons why I took it out of this game, is because I was just really fed up with, you know, using a sub and hitting somebody with 4 or 5 bullets and them not going down at all. Like, they wouldn't even be weak in the kill cam, and it was just ridiculous. So I pulled out the HVK, and I have to say most of the ARs are pretty good with that, although the Man of War is a little bit shaky at times. Everything else is fairly smooth in that regard. But connection and connection interruption. Now, this is a problem I had quite a lot a couple nights ago. We were in the middle of a hardpoint infection game, and 3 times in a row we got a connection interruption and host migration. So we got it at the beginning, about 15 seconds into the game. It's probably due because I got a double thermite kill, so I'm sure like the host just left. And I mean, that's understandable, but then probably a little over halfway through the game, it just started lagging like crazy. We got 2 host migrations, and after that it was still terribly laggy, so we ended up just leaving the game because it was pretty much unplayable, at least on our side. I don't know, it could have been different on the other team or maybe some other players in the game, but for us it was just terrible, completely unplayable. So that's one thing that I think could have been fixed in the beta, but it could also have arisen just pretty recently due to the fact that during the beta they were beta servers, so it could be somewhat different. And then the other thing is that Arena is super, super buggy. Now, obviously the season hasn't started, so you know, everything's basically just a test. They're testing it all out. So right now it's not a huge issue, understandable. But in the Pro Series of Arena, it is super buggy. You get kicked out of lobbies. You can't leave lobbies when you know, after you leave. If you have a party, you know, your party members can't leave. You know, you get team switches constantly. Like, the teams will just randomly switch, whether it's right before the game or loading into the game or in the lobby or whatever. It always happens, and it's very, very annoying. And then one thing, and this is just my personal opinion, this is something that obviously can't be changed, and it's something I'm just going to have to get used to. Some maps are kind of awkward. So like Infection, I'm sure a lot of people will disagree with me on this regard, but I think Infection is a little bit boring, and it's very awkward to play because you really only have one lane that is used, and that's the middle. You know, you never really see gunfights anywhere else. You never see it on the rock side, like the cliff side. And then there's a few more gunfights that happen in the houses. But other than that, it's all in the middle. Now, Metro on 2 is also really, really awkward. There's really only a couple places that gunfights ever happen. But maybe it's just me not knowing the map, not playing it enough, not really like knowing where to go and how to control the map. So that's something I'll probably have to get used to. And then Stronghold's a little bit awkward. Then Stronghold's not as bad, but I think, you know, it could have been a little bit better because, again, you only really get gunfights in certain areas. That middle courtyard near B flag, and then the rock garden, and then kind of in the house. But not really. It's really just in those 2 areas. And then if you try to go in the bunker, there's, you know, you're always going to lose a gunfight because of a head glitch. And it's just really, really awkward to play on. And then Exodus isn't too bad. It's a little bit awkward for domination, but for everything else, it's pretty good. And for hardpoint, it's actually really good. I really like Exodus for hardpoint. Works really well. Yeah, so let's go to something that's like a little bit less of a con. It's kind of like a mid-pro con thing. You know, it's super fun, but at the same time, there's some drawbacks, and that's the specialists. And there's just a few specialist ability, and this is obviously all my opinion. The gravity spikes, I haven't used them yet, so I mean, I can't really say too much about them, but I hate when somebody uses them on me. Because it's just so annoying. You come around a corner, you hit somebody with 3 bullets, they're one shot, and they hit the gravity spikes, and you're dead, and so is your teammate and everybody else in the area. That's super annoying. Rejack, again, not super annoying, but, you know, sometimes when you finally get a long-range kill or something, and look at this. Look at this. There's a 4-piece right there. Oh my god, sad. But when you have a long-range gunfight, and somebody rejacks, or you have a mid-range gunfighter and rejacks, or even a close range and rejacks, and then they come back and kill you, or pull something off that's absolutely ridiculous. It's just super, super annoying. And then the Purifier, I can't really complain about that because I love using it. I don't have it unlocked yet, but I used it against boss, just to try it out because I knew it was a thing. So I tried that out. It's so fun to use. I can't wait till I get it, but getting it used on against you is so annoying because it has a ridiculous range. Like, it's actually unbelievable. I didn't think it had that much of a range, but it really is pretty crazy. And so now let's end off with the good stuff, the pros, the stuff that everybody, well, mostly everybody will agree on. And that is that this game, for the first time ever, I'd say, in Call of Duty history, basically every gun is balanced. You know, they all work, they're all usable, they all have their own ranges and you know, roles that you can use it in. So in that regard, I love this game. You can pick up any gun and it'll work. You can use it for what it's meant for, and there's really no dominant gun that everybody's going to go to. You know, with subs, you see the Vesper, the VMP, the Weevil out a lot, and even the Kuda. And then, you know, you see the odd Pharaoh, but not as much just because it's the 4-round burst and people are kind of skeptical about it. But other than that, yeah, just all the guns are completely usable. They're super fun. And then the specialist system. This is one thing that I think they did really, really well with. You know, having almost like a second kill streak, or like a secondary kill streak, is really nice to have, you know, because you get your normal kill streaks. Those require, you know, actual kill streaks, and to be alive, you can't just, you know, constantly get like a support streak. But with those specialists, it doesn't matter if you die, you still get those streaks, which is awesome. Or not streaks, but you still get those abilities, and, you know, some are lethal, some are just like a little bonus. But whether it's a kill streak type of specialist or a bonus, they're still all fun to use. They're really balanced. You know, like right here, Overdrive. You know, if you're playing uplink, or you need to get to a hard point really quickly, or you just needing to run away, it works really well. The Sparrow, I know a lot of people use it. I have not used it. I'm not really a big fan of it, but I know a lot of people are absolutely dominant with it. It's a favorite among pretty much everyone. And then you have the battery with the War Machine and the kinetic armor. Those are pretty fun to use. You know, everything is usable, and there's not really one thing that everybody's going to go to. You have a really good balance, and that's what I think they really did well. You know, so little clap there for Treyarch. However, it is running on an Infinity Ward engine, so you can't even call it a full Treyarch game. Really, the only full Treyarch game is Black Ops 2, which, again, a lot of people will argue that it is the best game ever. But besides the point, Black Ops 3, amazing game. I think it's going to stay around for a while. You know, it might outlive the next Call of Duty like Black Ops 2 did. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like on the video if you liked the freaking video. Comment, tell me what you want to see next time, or give me some constructive criticism or something. Other than that, guys, I hope you have a good day. I will see you in the next video.